Hello friends, I am Amit Belekar from Tips and Tricks by AMB. Welcomes you to this next presentation on absorption of drugs. After going through this video, the learner will be able to define absorption of drugs, enlist factors affecting absorption of drugs, and describe factors affecting absorption of drugs. So, first we are discussing what do you mean by absorption of drugs. Whenever drug is administered, to get its effect, it should move from its site of administration to the blood. This movement of drug from its site of administration into the circulation, that is in blood, is called as absorption. Not only the fraction of administered dose that get absorbed, but also the rate of absorption is important. The drug has to cross biological membranes except when it is given intravenously. Hence, absorption is governed by different processes of transportation. Now we will see which are the factors affecting the rate and extent of absorption of drugs. Various factors affects the rate and extent of absorption are: first is particle size of drug, second is physical state of drug, third is aqueous solubility of drug, fourth is concentration of drug, fifth is area of absorbing surface from which drug it is going to be absorbed, sixth is vascularity of absorbing surface, seventh is route of administration of drug. Now we will see these factors one by one. First factor is particle size of drugs. Particle size plays an important role in absorption of drug, mostly if drug it is absorbed by filtration mechanism and drug is sparingly soluble. Smaller particle size provides greater surface area of sparingly soluble drugs and facilitates or increases the absorption process. For example, microfining of aspirin improves the absorption of aspirin. Microfine corticosteroids, microfine antibiotics like chloramphenicol, griseofulvine are better absorbed than their regular form. Next factor we have to discuss is physical state of drug. Rate of absorption also depends upon physical state of the drug or dosage forms. Liquids are always better absorbed than solids. Similarly, crystalloids are better absorbed than colloids because crystalloids are more soluble in water, and because of that they are easily absorbed than the colloids. Third factor we have to discuss is aqueous solubility of drug. Drug given in solid form must be first dissolved in aqueous biophase before it is going to be absorbed. For poor water soluble drugs like aspirin, griseofulvine, rate of absorption depends upon rate of dissolution of these drugs. A drug given as watery solution is absorbed faster than given in solid form or as oily solution. This is mostly possible when drug it is absorbed by filtration mechanism. Next factor we have to discuss is concentration of drug. Already in my previous presentation named biological membrane and transportation of drugs, we had discussed that passive transport mechanism depends upon concentration gradient. Mostly, transportation of drug takes place from higher concentration to lower concentration. Hence, drug given as concentrated solution is absorbed faster than dilute solution. Now we will discuss another factor, that is area of absorbing surface. Area of absorbing surface plays a very important role in absorption of drugs. Larger the area of absorbing surface, faster is the absorption. Absorption from gastrointestinal mucosa is very faster than the skin, because GI mucosa, that is gastrointestinal mucosa, it is having more surface area than skin. Most of the drugs are absorbed from small intestine than stomach. It is because intestine is having large surface area than stomach because of its circular folds, villi and microvilli on its mucosa. Next factor we have to discuss is vascularity of absorbing surface. Now vascularity means what? Vascularity means supply of vessels. Blood circulation removes the drug from site of administration and maintains concentration gradient across the membrane. Increase in blood flow to the site of administration increases rate of absorption of drugs. To increase blood flow, massage is given after intramuscular injection. So whenever doctor gives you a intramuscular injection, a massage it should be given for rapid absorption of the drug, because it increases blood flow into that muscular area. If supply of vessel to a particular area is more, rate of absorption of drug from that area is more. For example, drug is absorbed very rapidly from sublingual route, as below the tongue there is tremendous supply of vessels, high vascularity is there, and because of that drug get rapidly absorbed by sublingual route. Now we are going to discuss last but not least factor which affects the rate of absorption, that is route of administration of drug. Route of administration of drug affects drug absorption because each route is having its own peculiarities or characteristics. Bioavailability of drug from oral route is always lesser than parenteral routes. Now we are discussing how absorption of drug takes place by different routes. First we are going to discuss about factors affecting absorption by oral route. Along with all the factors discussed before, some more factors are associated with oral route. These are: first is lipid solubility of drug and pH of the environment. Second factor is gastric emptying. Third factor is presence of food or other drugs. And fourth factor is functional activity of GIT, that is gastrointestinal tract. Now we will discuss these factors one by one. First factor is the lipid solubility of drug and pH of environment. Already in my previous presentation named biological membrane and transportation of drugs, we had discussed about influence of pH on lipid solubility. Lipid solubility plays a very important role if drug is to be transported or absorbed by passive diffusion mechanism. Most drugs are weak electrolytes and their ionization is pH dependent. Lipid solubility of such drug is dependent upon its status of ionization. Ionized drug is less lipid soluble. Thus, weak acidic drug like salicylates or barbiturates, these are taken orally. First they enter into the acidic medium of stomach, and in acidic medium of stomach they remain unionized because they are acidic in nature. They remain unionized, and it is more lipid soluble form. Unionized drug is more lipid soluble, and that's why it is easily absorbed into the systemic circulation by passive diffusion mechanism. But same drug, same weak acidic drug, when it reaches to the intestine from stomach, it comes into the basic medium of intestine and then gets ionized and become less lipid soluble. Thus it is not easily absorbed from intestine. Thus weak acidic drug is more rapidly absorbed from stomach than the intestine. Similarly, weak basic drugs like morphine or quinine, if these are taken by oral route, first they enter into the acidic environment of stomach. Here these drugs can get ionized, and already we know that ionized drug is less lipid soluble, and because of that these drugs are not easily absorbed into the systemic circulation from stomach because here they are ionized. But same drug when enters into the intestine and comes into the basic medium of the intestine, it becomes unionized, and unionized drug is more lipid soluble, and because of that these drugs are more easily absorbed from intestine than the stomach. Thus weak basic drug is more rapidly absorbed from intestine than the stomach. So that is the influence of pH of the environment in which drug it is to be present, and that is affected mostly if drug it is taken by oral route. Next factor we have to discuss is gastric emptying. So what is gastric emptying? Gastric emptying means movement of contents of stomach to the intestine. After normal food, if drug is taken, it takes 2 hours to reach the intestine from stomach. Even though acidic drugs remain in unionized form in stomach, absorption from stomach is slower. Absorption from stomach is slower because gastric mucosa is thick. It is covered with more amount of mucus, and surface area is small as compared with the small intestine. So that's why even though drug it is weak acidic, it is not that much rapidly absorbed from stomach because of these reasons, that is gastric mucosa is thick, covered with mucus, and surface area is small. So weak acidic or weak basic, both type of drugs, they are absorbed well from intestine, which is having tremendous surface area. So the mucosa of small intestine is not thick, it is thin. It is also not covered more with mucus, and already we know that surface area of small intestine is tremendous, and because of that even though drug is weak acidic or weak basic, it is well absorbed from intestine than the stomach. So for proper absorption, drug should reach rapidly into the intestine from stomach. Thus faster gastric emptying accelerates drug absorption. Hence, if drug is taken on empty stomach, its absorption becomes faster as drug reaches more rapidly to the intestine from stomach. Another factor is presence of food or other drugs. Food delays gastric emptying time. Already we had discussed what is the effect of gastric emptying. If gastric emptying is fast, rate of absorption or absorption can be faster. But food here delays gastric emptying. That is, delays reaching of drug into the intestine and thus again delays absorption of drug which are mostly absorbed from the intestine. Presence of food dilutes drug also, and as we know that if there is dilution of drug takes place, rate of absorption it is going to be decreased. Certain drugs like tetracycline forms poorly absorbable complexes with the food, and once this complex is formed, there are chances of reduction in absorption or less absorption of such drugs from the oral route. Some drugs also reduces or increases the absorption of other drugs because they are changing the speed of peristalsis movement, and because of that what happens, drug absorption of other drug it is going to be affected. Next factor is functional activity of GIT. Functional activity of GIT means peristalsis movement. Increase in peristalsis movement leads to decrease in residing time of drug in GIT. Okay, so if peristalsis movement is increased, whatever the content which is present in the gastrointestinal tract, it moves forward rapidly and there are chances of elimination of that content rapidly from the GI tract. Thus, residing time of the content is reduced if peristalsis movement is increased. Similarly, if peristalsis movement is increased, residing time of drug is also decreased in GIT, and thus absorption of drug is going to be reduced. And if peristalsis movement is slowed down, then drug remains in the intestine for longer duration and there are chances of complete absorption of drug in such cases when peristalsis movement is slower. Some drugs affect the peristalsis movement. For example, anticholinergic drugs decreases peristalsis, and because of that peristalsis is become slow, and other drug if taken at the same time, its absorption can take place completely. Rate of absorption is increases in such cases. Now we will discuss about factors affecting absorption of drug from subcutaneous or intramuscular route. By these routes, the drug is deposited directly in the vicinity, means in contact of capillaries. Lipid soluble drugs pass readily across the capillary endothelium because they are transported by passive diffusion mechanism. Capillaries are porous in nature and they do not obstruct or oppose or stops the absorption of even large lipid insoluble molecules. But very large molecules, they are coming into the systemic circulation through the lymphatic ducts. Thus, many drugs which are not absorbed by oral route, they are absorbed by parenteral route. Application of heat and muscular exercise improves drug absorption by increasing blood flow. Already we had discussed, whenever we are giving intramuscular injection, we are applying massage on that to improve its absorption. But vasoconstriction, it decreases rate of absorption of drug. Because of vasoconstriction, rate of absorption it is going to be decreased. Absorption from subcutaneous and intramuscular, both the route is faster and more consistent than oral route of administration of drugs. Now we will discuss factors affecting absorption from topical or cutaneous route. Systemic absorption from topical application depends primarily upon lipid solubility of drugs. Because epidermis of skin is lipoidal in nature and drug has to cross this lipoidal barrier. Thus only highly lipid soluble drugs penetrate through intact skin. For example, nitroglycerin, hyoscine and estradiol, these are highly lipid soluble drugs which can easily penetrate through the intact skin. Absorption from this route can be promoted by rubbing or applying friction on the skin or massage on the skin. Absorption can also be increased by incorporating drug in oleaginous base. So oleaginous base is oily in nature, which is lipid soluble, and because of that rate of absorption of drug can be improved. Or absorption can be improved by use of occlusive dressings which increases hydration of the skin. So because of occlusive dressing, hydration, that is water content of the skin, which is going to be increased, and because of this hydration there are chances of some water soluble drugs absorption can take place. Cornea is also permeable to lipid soluble unionized drugs but not to highly ionized drug. Mucous membrane of mouth, rectum and vagina absorb lipophilic drugs. So lipid soluble drugs are mostly absorbed from these topical routes. Now it is time to summarize. In this video we had discussed about definition of absorption of drugs and we had discussed about description of various factors affecting absorption of drugs. You can watch my one of the video, that is trick to remember factors affecting absorption, to remember factors affecting absorption. Thank you for listening me patiently. If you like this presentation, please click on the subscribe button, like it and share it to your dear ones. If you have any queries, write me on my mail address. Thank you once again.